What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today is going to be a long video because I'm going to show you guys all 150 of our Sacred Awakenings, and I've managed to scrounge together, destroying my glorious relics, using all my chests, and we have a crazy amount of Sun Wukongs, because currently this is our best one that we have right now. I believe, yes, this is our Soulbound copy. Besides that, we have what? We've got a B+ copy that has like a really good roll for Tenant. We're eventually going to finish this build up, I swear. I swear it'll happen eventually. But we have bought everything out, which seems to be more than what you actually needed, so I did waste some resources here. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do all of this, and we're gonna go 100%, I believe, on Sun Wukong. 150. Straps yourselves in. This might be like one of the only videos today just because of how long this is going to be. I know a lot of you guys love these longer stretched out videos. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. Let's jump right into it. Man, I just realized if you look at the top of the screen, like, you can't even see that it says Soul Temple on this one or any of them because like everything is pushed over for all the new funness. So it is what it is. Now, one thing to remember is the first 10 of these awakenings, even if you're going all in spending like we are and buying every pack, again, I don't know why it doesn't come to exactly 150. I even said that in the preview. It was like it comes over 150, so it's a big waste. Either way, the first 10 of these are soulbound, so please use them on copies that you actually want to get, because if you use them on copies of heroes that you're looking to sell, well, sadly, that's not going to happen, and the best thing you do is turn it into more soulbound starry gems. So let's get into it. Let's see how many B tiers we can get. We will probably hold anything that gets like a really high-end B+ or A- attack roll to be traded on the auction house, because again, if we can somehow turn what we're going to get here into positives to maybe get an S tier Monkey Man here, that could be pretty good. Sun Wukong is, of course, going to be one of our next big carries on this account, so we'll have to see it turns out. Sadly, though, we're seeing a lot of blue out of the gate already, and this feels bad when you have such high rates to get a C- or higher, or really B- or higher. It's crazy. But anytime we get anything here is positive because it's all going to turn into starry gems anyway. Now, granted, the first groupings are going to turn into the soulbound ones here. So you can see like these guys here. Or actually, no, they turn into regular contract starry gems because they are... Oh, God, it's so weird. The amount of currencies we have really messes with me. We've got so many different styles now. Soulbound and... No, bound and soulbound. So these ones with the chains are soulbound. The other ones that the first 10 are bound copies. They still turn into contract starry gems. They don't turn into soulbound contract starry gems. Good lord, this is crazy. We got prism starry gems. We got starry gems. We've got contract starry gems. We've got soulbound starry gems. Then we technically have all those hearts too that are part of the system that count as summons as well. We got the free summons. We just got so many different things, and now we have this currency too. We got this little star one here that's going to be hopefully something good, and at the very least on our 150th pull here today, we are guaranteed to see a red streak out of the sky and get an A- copy. Now, as far as dollar value goes, you're much better just buying something off the auction house if you're actually looking for something. Granted, if you don't have a high credit rating, that might be hard because you might have all prism starry gems and no starry gems to use on the auction house. So this is one way to get around the system. But one thing I did already send a complaint about because I was kind of annoyed, why we don't have the 10 times summon in this event either. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Where you can pick up to 10 hero copies, summon it, it gives you the animation of your best copy, and then you see the results of the other 9. They should really do that unless they're really trying to get the time investment of 150 awakenings, and let's be honest, this is bad right here. I think I would have low rolled on our own account here, and that sucks. Hey, this is like the first green we've seen in a while. Bet it's, oh, I was gonna say, bet it's a C+ copy, and it's not even good. Yeah, B-, the attack roll is garbage. But I guess the one silver lining to this is We're not going to have to convert any contract or any starry gems to contract starry gems for quite a while, especially the packs for the 9th anniversary event coming up this week, because this is going to retire into a crazy high amount of it. We're currently sitting at 2,200. We'll see what we end up at the end with saving any sellable copies, but if this is any indicator, this is really, really bad luck on the sheer number of E and D tier copies we've gotten so far. C minus, cool. Yeah, that's a 100. I call it refund copy, but here it's just positive anyway. This is straight garbage. Getting an E tier hero is insanity with the rates of the C minus and higher buffs. Absolutely crazy. D plus, come on, man. You can't even give me 100 contract starry gems. That's kind of insane. So, all right. With that C minus, we are 1/6 of the way through. And I'm not optimistic on how this is going to turn out. But I'd love to see our first ever natural S tier or higher pull. That would be great because I kind of want to use it on this character anyway that we're summoning for. If we do get like this weird mid-tier A minus A hero, we'll probably sell it on the auction house and pool up our resources. Because we already have that soulbound copy that is pretty decent. And if we have a soulbound copy that's an A minus that's usable, there's really no point using anything besides an S tier as an upgrade. Because all we can do is retire that into more soulbound starry gems, which I guess is fine because you can technically use that for, you know, packs and stuff for all the events, the value packs and all that, but you know. Let's keep going up through 31 awakenings. It is kind of crazy how many of these E tiers we're getting. The rates are so stinking good. And yet, yeah. What is the rate actually? Like to get an A minus or higher, we're at 3.5. It's like almost, I mean, it's not really almost. It's like a 3.5% chance. Or sorry, 0.35. Wait, 0.35 or 0.035? 0.35. It's like a 0.35% chance. So technically doing 100 of these anyway would still not even net you a 1% chance. Yeah, not great at all. But hey, it is what it is. We'll see how this goes. Getting a lot more green is nice. I would love to see our first red streak come from the sky, even if it's early. Now, if we do hit an A minus or higher early on, that does mean the final summon is not a guaranteed copy anymore. You are only guaranteed one hero in this entire event that is A minus or higher. It just has a pity timer that if you do 149 of these summons and you don't get an A minus or higher copy, you're guaranteed to have an A minus or higher on the last summon. Now, I don't know how the odds work out. I don't know if the odds stay like, does that mean if you're guaranteed an A minus or higher, that means by not hitting anything for 149 that your final summon technically has a better chance to be an S tier? I don't know how the odds actually work in this, and I don't know if anybody has data mined the information from like the like, you know, the VP or the VPK. Is that the name of it again? The files for the game, to see if there's actual data on there to see what the rates are for the 150th awakening. That would be intriguing to see. And then I almost feel like it probably is a higher chance to get the S tier in that situation, because you basically are removing everything else out of the equation. Whereas if you're doing this just regularly, you're at your normal rates for everything. I don't know. I'm not great with statistics. I know I took AP statistics back in high school and haven't touched it since. So I'm probably wrong. Especially doing this live. Yeah, math in Barry's brain does not work very well when we're trying to talk to y'all as well as do something in the game. You guys have seen it time and time again. Just doesn't work out well for us. So let's keep going. Let's see how far we can take this. I made sure I got a drink because I was like, I know this is going to be a long trip here. It's going to take a while. And we're up to the 1/3 mark with our 50th awakening. Green, and only green. B tier, I'll take it. That's worth 600 contract starry gems. We haven't seen a B plus yet. Could this be our first one? Another solid B with a B plus HP roll. Not what we're looking for. We're looking for the high B plus attack roll for tenant copy potential. Let's keep working our way through this list. We're starting to see a lot of greens. B minus, not great. Again, 300 contract starry gems is cool. Want to see what I really want to see is when we hit that button, you see a big old flash of green. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you've never seen it before, that blue explosion right there is for anything that's, I believe, A minus and lower. I believe A plus, S, SS, and SSS rolls all have the green and like orange explosion that happens when you click the button. So if you see right here, instead of blue, you see green with some orange and yellow streaks in it, that means you've hit something very, very good. It is a bit of a tease though if you hit that and you see an orange but then it becomes an A or A plus copy, or you want to see an S tier, and I've never seen it. I mean, maybe this is the day we hit like an SSS tier. You never know. It could be our first ever. Now, I will say, if we do manage to hit an SSS tier with these awakenings, I'm selling it for a ridiculous amount, because then what that means is I could sell like one Sun Wukong SSS copy to someone who wants to turn it into like an X copy. If you guys don't know what X copy is, don't worry. You're never going to do it. You're never going to see it. It's impossible. You need to spend ridiculous amounts of money to make it happen. But you sell one SSS copy, you can essentially buy 3 or 4 S tier copies. And I think that's what our strategy would be. If we somehow hit the God roll here. Ooh, a red A minus. I'm kind of happy that wasn't an A minus copy, to be honest, because I'm like, that is just not good enough of a copy. It is our first red streak though, which is pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, we could probably buy an entire light army of S tier heroes, which I think would be the goal for us, just to have a full S tier light army. Either way, if we hit this copy and it's not super great, we can probably sell it for like, 20k worth. We're at like 40. We'll keep building up to the 100 to 150,000 mark, and then hopefully one day be able to get an S tier Sun Wukong, because again, if we hit like an A or A plus, there's probably not a reason to upgrade it into the next tier unless we can somehow get additional copies and raise it up. Like if it's a really high quality A plus, we can use the Soul Perfection system and actually upgrade it to an S tier, like we did with Yorm Tum when he came out. My goodness, that was a mistake. Yorm Tum does have some okay single target damage, but overall feels like a waste that we actually got an S tier Yorm Tum on our account. But at the time, kind of was the second best damage dealer next to a Vulcan. So is what it is. Still going through here. Only one red streak so far. Low B minus copy. We're about to come up to the halfway mark. We are almost at the halfway. Man, that almost looks a little orange, doesn't it? Show me orange, game. Show me orange. I want to see those rewards. All right, there's 74 right here. No green splash, so it is what it is. And the halfway mark. Not an impressive one to finish our halfway mark. But don't worry, we still have a crazy amount of these, and we're going to continue on. Now, I don't know what happens to the extra awakenings we have here past the 150 mark. I don't know if we can just keep awakening and see if we can hit something, even though it's not on the pity timer. I feel like this happened in past events too, where we actually had additional summons past the 150 as well. I think it's literally a cut and paste from like the last one that we had. And I think you just couldn't use them, and they turned into like contract starry gems or something like that. I can't remember exactly what happened. All right, on to number 80. Let's keep going. Ooh, green. Purple, no. C plus tier, feels bad. Granted, what? A difference between a C plus and a B minus is 100 contract starry gems. That is a decent amount, because what? A C minus is 100, C is 150, C plus is 200, And then I think jumps up to 300 for B, and then for B, or B minus, sorry, and then for B it's 600, and then B plus is 1800. And I don't think, wait, was that even a B plus copy? The one that we got the A minus, was that even a B plus? I think it might have only been a B tier. Man, that feels like the biggest jump. Going from a B tier to a B plus is just huge. I mean, you go from 600 scrap to 1800, so you're basically tripling it. Like, that's a huge amount of contract starry gem difference right there. And I'm hoping one of you guys hit like a B plus with these 10 free ones you had on all your different accounts, because that would be absolutely sick to get just one awakening and already be in the net positive of contract starry gems. Like, that's just insanely awesome to have it happen like that. So let's keep pulling. We got another C tier. We could have been done like literally 10 minutes ago if we had the 10 times pull at the ones. Granted, I know I could skip the, you know, animations, but the animation's the only hype part about this at this point, right? Like, if you see red, you're like, if you see orange, you're like, you're just going crazy on it, and you're going like, this is my luckiest day of my life. I thought it would never happen to me. I think I've only hit what, like one A minus, I think, on my own account outside of these special events, and then I've hit like 2, I think, for viewers over all these years, not counting Sacred Awakening sessions or, you know, Soul Awakening stones from the Soul Awakening session events. None of that nonsense. So let's keep this up. Let's see what we can find here. And I'm also thinking, I think it's a good time we might be wanting to refresh and make some basic tier lists. Now, tier lists in this game are very, very difficult because you have to be very specific for what the tier list is for. A general tier list is not necessarily a great thing when you're comparing regular heroes to Transcendence heroes. As a lot of you guys might know that are kind of veterans of this game and of this channel, we used to have a Transcendence hero tier list that ranked every Transcendence hero in every single game mode. I have lost track of that over time. I think we're like 7 or 8 heroes old on that tier list, and we're missing a lot of the new ones because not many of them get built too often. And then beyond that, testing them in all these different game modes doesn't happen very quickly. I am cool with making and expanding on that again. It's going to take some time. On to the 2/3 way mark. Summon 100 is another dud. Every major milestone we have seen like a D tier hero, and is kind of triggering me here. I think the first time we ever got this Sacred Awakening session pop up, I think around like summon 50 we hit like an A tier Aspen, and then later on we still hit like an A minus Aspen or Betty or something like that. I can't remember exactly what heroes we were summoning for. I wasn't as prepared with hero copies on that one, but it was interesting to say the least. The question for you guys is, with seeing all these awakenings, some high, some low, how many contract starry gems do you think we're going to end with? Just to note, we're starting with 2,200. Do you think it's going to be over like 10,000? I feel like it very well could be. Granted, every one of these E tiers feels ridiculously bad. Very, very bad. I wonder what the average is. Because you know how normally you get like 5.5 points because you get like an E plus to D minus tier every single awakening in a normal session. This one's much, much higher on average. I wonder what it would be. Do you average like refunding 50 to 75 contract starry gems per awakening? But then you go on these streaks, like we are on a really bad D tier streak right now. We're getting so many of them. It's not helping us out one bit. Not a single bit. Green's good. B plus, B plus. It's a B tier. I'll take, considering 2 of those rolls were B minus, so at least that is 600 contract starry gems. Only 1 yellow. It did make a C minus, just barely. Ugh. I'm so tired of seeing, I mean, granted it became a C minus, but I'm so tired of seeing these yellow and blue streaks coming from the sky. I want to see green and red. This is stupid. Getting a D minus is what we should be averaging on a normal awakening session. This should be normal awakenings, not this super premium one that we're going through. This is absolutely nuts. Go. Ooh. B minus. B minus. Okay, game. All right. All right, game. All right. Let's keep going. Can we find everything? And this is exactly a perfect example why you should not be spending on this if you are like a normal everyday spender. I mean, number one, you have to already be like VIP 10 to get all these packs. You don't need to purchase all of them, of course, and you don't need to spend your contract starry gems because you will go over by a few. But just getting an A minus for this, I mean, yeah, I guess you can't discount the amount of contract starry gems you're getting, and technically you could sell a bunch of these on the auction house for starry gems. Like every one of these C minus, we'd probably sell for like what, 50 to 60 starry gems. The B tiers you'd probably sell for like what, 300-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. Like B minus, you could probably sell for like 150 to 200 ballpark. It does add up, but I'm just too lazy to put all those things on the auction house, guys. That's just a little too much for me. All right, coming up to the 125 check mark. There's a C minus. Here it is right here. Is it going to be something good for us? Absolutely not. Once again, our streak continues with yellow tiers at every nice kind of like convenient and even benchmark. Next one though, pretty good. No, it's B minus. I mean, okay, B minus is still good. It's 300 contract starry gems. It's just not 1800 like a B plus could be. This is insane. I feel like we've only had one decent copy this entire time. Because even all these green streaks are coming down from this. Oh, where's a B tier? I think that's what happened literally last time was a B tier here. We've seen 2 red streaks come from the sky. At this point, I mean, I might as well just wait for my 150th to give me my big surprise. Although it's not going to be a surprise, it's going to be anticipated, and it's going to be dramatic. And it could maybe be a green splash, which I'm hoping for. If we don't see a green splash, I'm going to be a very, very disappointed gamer. If it doesn't flash green, I'm going to be like, I want to at least see one orange streak come from the sky. Even if that means it's an A minus, you could just give me like the most, show me like an A or an S tier like attack streak coming from the sky, and then show me like 2 B plus rolls. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. I just want to see orange. I do not want to see just red and green. Oh man, you realize what could happen? We could do that last awakening and we see green, green, red come down from the sky. That would be, or I guess green, red, green, because it's attack, HP, speed. That would be the worst case scenario and almost a useless copy to us because you want at least an A minus or higher on the attack roll, since that is the most desirable stat on a hero like this. But we'll have to see. 14 to go. This is the home stretch here of nothingness. Just pure nothingness. I hope we see orange, man. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm like hyping myself up to get an S tier. I know it's not going to happen. It just doesn't happen for our accounts. It just doesn't. I have to buy everything that we've ever gotten. I think this Soulbound copy was the only one that we've ever gotten for our own account. But at the same time, it was literally a stone that we got from like Black Friday or something like that. I can't even remember where it was. But final 10 awakenings. Hopefully we see a bunch of green coming down from the sky here. C tiers, sure, that's cool and all. It's not really what we're looking for right now. Sure as hell ain't looking for these blue streaks. E plus, bleh. No, don't need that. Don't need that. I'm getting a little nervous now. I'm getting a little nervous. After this, only 5 more. Don't show me red. Like, at this point, don't show me red. Oh, a 5100 attack is actually pretty decent here. Might be worth selling it for, like, you know, 1500 to 2k. Oh gosh, they're okay, B minus. I was like, could you imagine at the very end, like, the rates go up and you're getting like B plus, B plus, B plus? That would be pretty sick. Show some green. I was gonna say show a green streak, and then it showed the yellow. I'm like, no, that's the complete opposite of what we wanted. Oh, we hit our highs. Now we're hitting our lows. On to 148. Yellow. All right, to be expected here. Wait, does that mean we did 149 and this is 150? I think this is 150 right here. Oh, man. Okay. So, like I said, I know you guys are probably screaming like, Barry, just click the button, Barry. No. What I want to see is green explosion. Green explosion at least means it's an A or higher tier. Green explosion means there's a good chance we finally pull an S tier of Sun Wukong. Here's the moment of truth. 5, 4, 3. It's all red. It's an A minus across the board. Yep, that's pretty much what I expected of this. And yeah, it doesn't actually let you use all the extra ones, sadly. So, like I said, yeah, it's a better copy than the one we have, but this is a soulbound one, and we might as well just sell this one, because now we have what? We got 2 copies. We got a 5600 and a 5100, which I will lock. And then, of course, what we also have to do is this. So 2200 is what we started with. You know what's crazy is they added they added what? I think you used to be able to do 6 of these at a time, right? And even now with, what, 12? It still feels like it takes forever. Let's get all these garbage low tier Sun Wukongs out of here. Man, I probably should have turned them into food. And made a bunch of Sun Wukongs to actually take the Lights army roll. But, like, how do you do that and turn down all of these contract starry gems? Like, there's no way. No way. And that's probably the biggest struggle we have right now. So, continuing through all of these B tiers, B minus, got a lot of B minus tiers. Whoa, this is a lot more contract starry gems than we thought, and I did not even lock the A minus. Holy jeez. Let's just make sure I don't make a mistake at all. So yeah, all the B tiers now getting retired. So we went from 2200 to 18,700. So we gained a total of 16,525, I believe. That is going to be a lot, considering the packs that we can purchase for anniversary are all, you know, starry gems and stuff. And I think we actually have some rerolls that we can do here to see if we can soul. Oh no, we don't. We don't. Maybe we just sell it. 6,200. This might be something worthwhile. Like, oh, we're actually down at 36. I spent 4,000 turning into contract starry gems the other day. Totally forgot about that. So let's take a look and see what the market looks like for Sun Wukongs. There are a lot of them in this ballpark. Let's go attack lowest to highest. So we have like a 6,100, which is in this ballpark right here. I'm thinking ours is a little bit better than some of these still, even if the attack is a little lower. I'm guessing we could probably pull about 20k for us. So what I'll probably do is I'll list it for like 20k. Oh wait, 6,290. I thought it was 6,290 is actually pretty dang good, right? That's like one of the top 3 out there. I think 20k would be a fair price though, right? Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. We'll probably list it. We'll see what's going on. 5,600 HP and 60 speed. I mean, actually, it's definitely better than like most of these here. It's borderline with this one here. I think a safe 20k is good, and then we take our cut. We'll be back over 50k. Still quite a ways away, because what we really want is a S tier Sun Wukong. See, this is what I wanted to hit. Even if it was an A plus roll, this right here is what I wanted to stink and hit. And we couldn't. But that is our event. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hopefully, if you guys like these longer videos, please leave a comment down below and let me know. For a while there, everybody liked the shorter 8 to 10 minute videos. I don't mind making longer ones, especially if we're doing like a playthrough series. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully what you guys just saw was enjoyable. I'll see you guys next time.